Hi VC, Happy New Year. So I'm going to show 20 LPs. I've got about 40 albums last year, non-jazz albums. Managed to show maybe 4 or 5 in the vinyl tag, so fire ahead and show you 20. Try and do it quickly. So I've got maybe 2 classical albums last year, and this is one. It's Byron Janis conducting the Moscow Philharmonic Orchestra, 2 piano concertos, Rachmaninoff and Prokofiev. I think this was recorded probably around about 1961, and it was quite famous for, it was American engineers that went to Moscow to record, don't know how many, but record a lot of orchestras on 35mm tape for superior sound quality, which wasn't used at the time. It's 35mm for film. Now, I think these deteriorated relatively quickly, so they were later transferred to normal audio tape. But if you can pick up these ones, I've only got the one. Not got the time and energy, but if you can see these in the wild, and I would pick them up if you can. Analog Productions are doing reissues of these Living Voice Presence albums, but they're not from the original tape, as they're Goose now, so they're taped from the master tape. So yeah, great sound quality. If I see them in the wild, but I think probably America they're easier to find. So that's that. Right, from 1968 we have the Pentangle. This is their first album. There's a band formed by John Renbourn and Bert Jansch. Some Transatlantic Records, UK original from 1968. It's absolutely fantastic album. Let's see if I can get back. The sleeves here's all faulty pieces. Yeah, the Pentangle, British folk. The first album, absolutely fantastic. 5-piece band. Female vocal also, so they share the vocals in the band with a female. The Pentangle from 1968, essential. Next off from 1969 we have Scott Walker. This is Scott 3. The Scott Walker's from the Walker Brothers, American singer that settled in England, and what a singer he is. I think I had 2 or 3 of his albums, but 1, 2 and 3, Scott 1, 2 and 3 came into my local shop and I snapped them up. Wee bit water damage on this, but the vinyl's fine, cleaned up. Absolutely fantastic album. If you can pick up any Scott Walker, what a singer he is. He's just magic. One of the best. 69, okay, from, can't remember when this is from, around about 71 I think, and this is Roy Harper, and Rob Eisen got us all into Roy Harper, and just love him. He's absolutely fantastic. What an artist. Sleeping Giant. This album's called Life Mask. They just don't do, back in the day, didn't they? They done just sort of great covers and things and showed a bit of inventiveness. It's on Harvest. And yeah, quite a unique album, but what a guitarist Roy Harper is. I think he sung on one of Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, did he not? One of the tracks. Yeah, he does a bit storytelling on this too. It's quite unusual, but absolutely fantastic. Roy Harper. I think from about 71, this is 72. Life Mask. Brilliant. Next off we have LA Turnaround from Bert Jansch, who was in Pentangle. And we're going Charisma label from 1974. Yeah, fantastic album. Bert Jansch, who lived round the corner for me, I always like to say. I didn't know him, wish I did. Sadly not here anymore, but Bert Jansch, what a fantastic guitarist, great folk music, and wished I had have gone to Bert Jansch a long time ago. So there you go. Another great, this is English guitarist, is Richard Thompson, Hokey Pokey. It's an LP with Linda Thompson, his wife at the time. It's probably from about 1978, it's 74, yeah, 74 to... this is a Canadian version, copy. Nice album, share the vocals, she's a great vocalist too, Linda Thompson, and just a great album. Again, folk music, Richard Thompson, again a brilliant guitarist. Hokey Pokey, delicious 10 flavours, 10 songs. Richard and Linda Thompson, always good to find them in the wild. From 1974 too, it's Kraftwerk, Autobahn. And I would say this is probably the album that broke them in the UK. Fourth album. Yeah, from 74. I think the single, there was a single, Autobahn, at the time that broke them into the charts on Vertigo. Spaceship label, obviously. Four-piece band, but now I think previous to this they were just a two-piece band. I used to have their first two albums on a twofer and stupidly sold it, and sold it for buttons, and it's worth quite a bit of money now. But Autobahn, Kraftwerk, fills a bit of a hole in my Kraftwerk collection, so it was nice to pick this up at my local shop. As I picked up this Medicine Head from 1974 also. Through a 5, a pretty rubbish cover, to be fair. It's a bit textured on it, it's on Polydor. So Medicine Head, how do you explain them? Why wasn't this a cover? This actually is a good, this should have been the front cover, and it gives you an idea generally what the band were a wee bit like. George Ford on bass there, who went on to play bass for Cockney Rebel, Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel. Rock, pop, prog, just great music, great sound. One and One is One, or whatever is one, their biggest hit. It's not in here. One is One, can't remember. But Rising Sun on this is fantastic. Slip and Slide, if you ever have a little listen online. So it's Medicine Head. Don't find a lot of their albums in the wild, so it's nice to eventually pick them up, although I picked one album up the year before. It was also fantastic to pick this up, The Modern Lovers Live. Not live, it's just The Modern Lovers. Jonathan Richman from 1977. It's a UK copy. Jerry Harrison on keyboards from Talking Heads. So Jonathan Richman didn't like the album at the time when it was recorded, so it was recorded a good couple of years beforehand. It was maybe released in 76, it's 77 UK. So we shelved for a while until his record company eventually released it. And the big hit single here was Roadrunner on this. A couple of fantastic tracks on the B-side, Hospital and Girlfriend. Astral Plane, another great track. So after this well, he had reformed and with Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers from '78. Fantastic album. I had nearly all his other stuff, and this is his best album I never had. The Modern Lovers, that's from '77. That's mostly my second-hand stuff. So newer stuff, we've got Lightning Hopkins, Going Away. I think it's from 1963. As you can see, it's a nice glossy reissue from Analog Productions. So, Bluesville it's on, yeah. This is a fantastic acoustic album. So it's just Lightning Hopkins on guitar with bass and drums. And if you like Muddy Waters, folk singer, or any other really acoustic blues album, and you don't have this, Going Away on Bluesville, Lightning Hopkins, ace. Our new blues album that came out this year was one of my old favourites, Son House. The tapes with us were found, they were recorded at a college in 1964, and there's not a lot of stuff out there by Son House, so it was nice to get this, and a couple of tracks that he hadn't recorded anywhere else. So has it got a name? Forever on My Mind. Well worth getting. Sound quality is fantastic. And a brilliant jumper there too. My favourite guitar, Eddie's Son House. Next one we have War's Greatest Hits. I think originally this came out in 1976. I think this is an RSD release. Now when Joe Harley said Kevin Gray had mastered this on his all-valve tube system, it sold out. I mean, I don't know when it was released on RSD Day, maybe a couple of years ago, a year or two, I don't know. Probably hard to get now after the announcement, but pressed in the Czech Republic. Sounds great though. Jay-Z in Czech Republic, isn't it? War's Greatest Hits. Didn't have any war, so it was really good to get. A great party album, great soul music. Once you put it on, you know quite a few of the tracks. War's Greatest Hits. Fab. Another big reissue of the year was Nirvana, 30th anniversary. And it came out in a gatefold, which was really nice. And you also got a 7-inch 3-track single. Which was bonus. Has the original insert. Yeah, 30th anniversary. So the scandal about this one, really, not much of a scandal. It was just a digital transfer, and I think with the 30th anniversary I was probably expecting something a wee bit better. It sounds great. It replaced another copy. Probably the copy I had was as good as. But anyway, got me thinking, and Kevin Gray had remastered the copy on RTI a couple of years previous, and I searched that out and got it. So 2 copies of Nirvana, Nevermind, classic album as we all know. So next off we have from 2015, we have Rudimental, gatefold, double LP. Sorry, a drum and bass album. It's called We the Generation. Yeah, drum and bass. A bit modern for me, I don't know. It's really good though. Great sounds great, and they have, it features different singers, vocalists on different tracks. We've got Dizzy Rascal on here, Ed Sheeran's on a couple of tracks, Bobby Womack, who else? Anne Marie does a few tracks. So the vocals on the album say drum and bass, but it's soul, really soul. It's a really good album. I think this is maybe their second or third album from 2015. Don't know if they're still recording or not, but yeah, a nice wee change in the system for me here. Sounds great. We Are the Generation, Rudimental, 2015. Not be long here. Right, next off we have K.D. Lang, and it's Hymns from the 49th Parallel, which is the border between the States and Canada. And here, I love K.D. Lang, and here she does all Canadian songs. We insert there. Yeah, she does After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. Simple, one of her own songs. Helpless by Neil Young. A Case of You by Joni Mitchell. Hallelujah, which is fantastic, by obviously Leonard Cohen. Bruce Coburn's song. A Ron Sexsmith song. Absolutely brilliant. And Jane Siberry, I don't know who she is. She does a couple of her songs. So it's a fantastic album. K.D. Lang, Hymns from the 49th Parallel. Not bad. Okay, so next off we have, got this not that long ago, Marvin Gaye. What's Going On? One of the greatest albums ever, obviously. Now this is a double album, again remastered by Kevin Gray. Just comes in. So yeah, two albums. So the second album's couple of B-sides, couple of different mixes, couple of different songs that were on the session that never appeared on the album, I think. Yeah, so the scandal about this album was quite a scandal. I told my record shop it was coming out and I half fancied it. And I had Analog Production, the MoFi box, which I wasn't too happy with. And so we got them in. By the time we got them in, I found out the European copy was pressed from digital in Europe. Again at Jay-Z, I think, in the Czech Republic. So I went on Discogs and got a American copy. What's Going On? Fantastic album. Sounds great. So try and get the US rather than the European. Next off, early in the year, I got this LP, and it's Dominique Fils Aimé. Stay Tuned. Now she brought, and I think this is her second album. Had her first, this is from 2019. I got her album previous year, her first album, and I think she brought out a new album last year. It's like 3 albums in the series and they look really similar, just a different colour on the cover, and she's the picture's from a different angle. She's from Montreal in Canada, where my dad was born. Originally from Haiti, her parents, and yeah, the music is different. She does a lot of textured vocals and really nice. She's across the genres. It's jazz, it's world music, it's pop music. It's just a modern take on. She's great album. Look out for her. It's Dominique Fils Aimé. Okay, next off we have David Crosby, If Only I Could Remember My Name. I think this is from 1971. Obviously, original master recording from MoFi. I got number 134 from 4000. So this is on super vinyl, texture sleeve, lovely. Super vinyl, double 45 from 1971. I love David Crosby, so as soon as I seen this was coming out, I jumped on it. all analog, one of the few all analog things that records that MoFi do these days. But a fantastic album. I'm sure the original, if you pick up original, pretty good. But this is one MoFi. It will go up in price. David Crosby, great singer, songwriter, and sounds fantastic. Now, next off we have Janis Joplin, I think from 1961 also. This is a MoFi one step. I'll not get it all out. Now, originally I had started buying all these. I missed the first one and I started buying them right through, and then they were coming too thick and fast. Thick and fast, is that the expression? Anyway, they were coming out too fast. I don't mind like maybe 2 a year or so, something that an artist that wouldn't normally buy. Didn't have any Janis Joplin. Anyway, I stopped buying them, so I picked up 2 or 3 at a good price, a cheaper price than they normally go for. Yeah, and then find out they're all from DST. Still sounds fantastic. Janis Joplin, the Pearl, great singer. And last but not least, Analog Productions, Rastaman Vibration from Bob Marley from 1976. Fantastic, all analog, sounds great, real pleased with this. And I jumped on this right away too when it first came out, and I think I got, what was it, 227 the number, so I pressed my finger on the button right away with this. Love Bob Marley, Rastaman Vibration. Sort of sits in the middle of his discography. Yeah, great album. Okay, catch you later. Bye then.